The two main parties have been blaming each other for the state of this country since the beginning. Both, fingers and butt. Today, we want to uncover the shocking truth on immigration following Keir Starmer's shocking announcement. Not only that, but we'll also look at all the latest news from up and down the country. But first, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel and join our fast-growing community. Just to say, we have new Stuck Farmer t-shirts available in our store. Go grab them now. They're available at britishstand.com or check out the link in the description. Yesterday, Keir Starmer addressed immigration, blaming the Conservatives for getting it wrong and promising a new approach. Sound familiar? It should be, because we've heard it all before. For years, both major parties have promised to fix immigration, only to deliver failure after failure. That was what Starmer said in a shocking open borders experiment. Intentionally, to liberalize immigration. Brexit was used for this purpose. Transforming Britain into a country experiment in open borders. Global Britain. Remember that slogan? That's what they meant. A policy that had no support, which they then pretended wasn't happening. Labour is not off the hook either. His much-touted two-gang plan hasn't stopped the crisis. In fact, it's getting worse. The number of migrants in hotels has risen by more than 6,000 since Labour took charge, to a staggering 35,000. Even more shocking, more than 109,000 people are now on housing benefit, costing taxpayers £5.38 billion in 2023-24, a 36% increase. In 2010, David Cameron made bold promises to reduce net migration by thousands. He failed. Instead, we have seen the largest population increase in 75 years, driven by mass migration. Here's what the numbers look like today. 728,000 net migration for the year ending June 2024. More than 900,000 net migration for the year ending June 2023. That's right, about 1 million people a year under a Conservative government. To make matters worse, of the 3 million non-EU migrants who have arrived in the last 6 years, only 16% came as main job applicants. The majority were dependents, students, family reunification, asylum seeker, or humanitarian cases. This is the reality of the Conservatives' immigration policy, and Labour looks set to follow suit. These are the facts that both parties will not see you. But truth matters. Now is the time to hold our leaders accountable and demand real solutions. Both the Tories and Labour cannot and will not get a grip on immigration. What did you make of the announcement, and is Reform the only party that supports us closing our borders? Let me know, in the comments. In other news, nearly 200 passengers were at risk of dying from lack of oxygen while on board a TUI Boeing 737 flight that was forced to circle over London last October, anew the report revealed. The AAIB, the Air Accident Investigation Branch, found that a series of maintenance errors and warning signals led to the near disaster. The flight aborted its journey and returned to Manchester after a critical safety system responsible for pressurizing the cabin shut down during routine maintenance. In the fatal incident, which has just come to light, 187 passengers suffered possible hypoxia during the flight. The AAIB reports said both engine bleed air systems were inadvertently left on for takeoff, so the aircraft failed to depressurize. The crew managed to turn the system back on as the plane climbed, but their troubles were not over. A master caution warning was triggered due to a malfunction in the air conditioning pack. A series of problems forced the pilot to decide to return to Manchester, working closely with air traffic control. However, the plane was too heavy to land immediately, creating a potentially dangerous situation in London. During this holding pattern over London, an important warning signal was missed by the crew. The oxygen mask warning light went unnoticed for 43 minutes, which the AAIB said put everyone on board at risk of hypoxia. The report highlighted the serious nature of this oversight, noting that, in this high-altitude window, hypoxic exposure can be sufficient to affect cognitive performance and decision-making. This meant that passengers and crew were at risk of cognitive impairment due to low oxygen levels in their bodies. The situation was particularly alarming, as the plane needed to continue circling to burn off extra fuel before landing safely. An AAIB investigation revealed that pilot fatigue may have been a contributing factor in the incident. After being on call the night before the flight, the captain managed only 3 hours of sleep. The AAIB report warned that fatigue, particularly chronic fatigue, can be insidious, such that a person may not recognize the symptoms themselves. Despite potentially dangerous in-flight errors and a series of oversights, the plane landed safely in Manchester at 8:10 a.m. No medical problems were reported among the passengers or crew following the incident. Finally, 2 teenagers were arrested after an alkaline attack sent 2 police officers to the hospital. 2 boys, aged 14 and 16, were detained on suspicion of possession of an indecent substance in a public place and conspiracy to cause grievous bodily harm. British Transport Police spotted the teenagers acting suspiciously at Surbiton railway station in southwest London late last night. He was then exposed to a chemical believed to be alkaline and taken to hospital. Their injuries are not believed to be life-threatening or life-changing. A 16-year-old boy was also taken to hospital as a precaution. 7 other officers who attempted to assist in the evaluation required by paramedics. A BTP spokesman said British Transport Police officers were at Surbiton railway station at around 4:20 p.m. today when they saw 2 men acting suspiciously. While dealing with people, they came across a substance believed to be alkaline. 7 other officers, including 2 Metropolitan Police officers, were checked by paramedics at the scene, the spokesman added. BTP said they are not looking for anyone else in this regard. The spokesperson said that the inquiry is ongoing. This incident created a big disturbance. The station was closed and trains were unable to stop there for 3 hours. London Fire Brigade attended the scene to make the area safe. The disruption continued till around 10 p.m., South Western Railway said. At the moment, an SWR spokesman said, all lines are blocked between Surbiton and Woking due to emergency services dealing with an incident. Trains may be cancelled, delayed or revised due to this issue. What are your thoughts on what we talked about in today's video? Let me know in the comments section below. If you haven't already, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more British political content. Thanks, take care, goodbye.